just getting started. I know that you want it, baby, just get on it, ready to go. We know how to party, pull out the Bacardi, feel it in my body, put on a show. Yeah, let's go. Nah, we ain't never gonna slow down. All the girls looking hot like a hoe down. Everybody going off in my hometown, ready for a showdown. Keep it on the low now. We about to pop off like a bottle. Everybody knows that we're going full throttle. Drinking alcohol, yeah, straight from the nozzle. End of the night, end up horizontal. They know they want something more. They know they want something more. They've never heard us before. They've never heard us before. A sound that's hard to ignore. A sound that's hard to ignore. It's time to even the score. Everybody like we hate. Everybody like we hate. Rock you all and the late. Rock and roll and the late. Getting hella crazy. Getting hella crazy. Everybody like we hate. Everybody like that. I know that you want it, you know that I got it, so let's get up on it, I'm ready to go. When the place is knocking, I don't plan on stopping, baby keep on rocking, put on a show. Let's go, yeah, we going off on a Tuesday, gonna go all out till a new day, turn it up so loud, what you say, got the whole place filled out like a zoo mate, her parents told me not to stay out too late, but when I come to pick her up already too late, where we headed now, yes, too great, party down south, get ready for a new stage. They know they want something more, they know they want something more, they've never heard us before, they've never heard us before, a sound that's hard to ignore, a sound that's hard to ignore, it's time to even the score. Everybody like we hate, everybody like we hate, rock and roll and the late, rock and roll and the late, getting hella crazy, getting hella crazy, we gon' party like we hate, everybody like that.
Woohoo! Hello, guys. Hi there. It is midnight for me. It's past midnight, but oh wait, my lights. Wait, my front light. This is better, right? This is better. Yes. Wow, it's past midnight, and in a few hours, the Safeguard campaign on FundMyComic closes. So this is a closing stream. I won't go on until the final minute because I just can't. I have to work in a few hours, right? So, but I'm so happy you guys are here. I invited some people to join me on the panel. So far, no one showed up. So it's just me, guys. So it's just me. So you can interact with me if you have any questions about the campaign or about the previous campaign for Perfect 10. Just throw it in the chat, guys. Let's have a fun little hour here together. Let's see. Let's see. By the way, I hate seeing myself on stream. So I had a I had my regular show today, A Drink with Brink with Paul Thayer, and I like interviewing people, but I don't like when I see it back. I'm like, I I hate seeing myself. It's not my thing. It's not my thing, guys. All right, let's. I'm just relaxed, just calm. I have nowhere else to go right now, so it's just you guys and me and the campaign and slowly closing things down. And Mike says he's here for this eagerly. Wow, let's do this. What a book, what a creative team, what a publisher. Wow, what a praise. Thank you, Mike. Thank you so much, sir. Uh, I appreciate that you're always there to support uh, my humble little endeavor. Thank you so much. It's really great to have so much support. Mo Biggs, welcome, Mo. Nice to see you, Mo. 18 people watching right now, guys. We are broadcasting through the Madness Entertainment Group, the Madness Networks on multiple platforms. Try to get a few more people, maybe, to check out the campaign while they can, because it's actually closing down. So I'm not doing like, hey, we're closing down and then no, we're extending for 30 days. No, none of that. It's actually closing down. So because it's exhausting also running a campaign. At some point I need to close it down and focus on other things, right? Good luck with the closeout, says Mo. Thank you so much. Thank you. And Mo posted the link to the campaign. It's also below, guys. So I posted it in the chat also, but it's also below. It's pinned on my own channel right there. So you can find it, and you can share it out. So if you can share it out on your social media so other people can also see it and find it. There are people out there who don't know about Safeguard yet, or forgot about it, and so let's bring it to their attention, right? Yeah, let's see. Yeah, and Paul Thayer, my guest of today, he's so focused. So like when he pitches the comic, he knows what to say. He's really focused. That's so cool. That's a talent, Pops, welcome, Pops. Welcome, sir. Pops is also here. Always nice to see Pops. Merry midnight to you, dedicated David. Thank you. Yeah, midnight. Yeah. Well, we do what we need to do, right? Let's see. 58 Underground. Welcome, sir. Cheers, Dave. Welcome. Nice to see you. The link is here. Check out Safeguard on FundMyComic Final Hours. Yes. And then the link, the final hours. We are closing down in 3 hours. I think it's 3 hours now. So yeah, really cool. Mr. D-Man 21. Welcome, sir. Nice to see you, Mr. D-Man. Mike isn't wrong. Mike is always correct. And Don, welcome, Don. Dude, he says, dude. Hi, Don. How are you today, man? Hail to the chat, like and sub to Dave. Yes, thank you for reminding me, sir. I have a little ticker, so let's put that up. So there we go. Show FundMyComic closing stream. Link below. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Yes. Thank you for the reminder, Don. Share the stream. Yes, share the stream. Let's get some more people in, guys. 20 people watching right now. Got the word out about Safeguard. Excellent. By the way, Don, you have a like a superhero team campaign book coming up, right? Like a what was it called? Dominion? No, there was a character called Dominion. That was such a cool name. You have a few cool characters, nice designs. Looks nice. I forgot the name. Something with black something. I think you were still like thinking about it, right? About the name. All right, guys. So Safeguard is right now on FundMyComic. So we are working on this book right now, guys. So Alan Goldman, the legendary Alan Goldman, living legend, Alan Goldman is drawing this book, and this is nuts. This is absolutely crazy. Let me see if I can share it with you guys so you can see what I'm talking about. It's absolutely nuts. Let's see, share the screen, and then we go to Safeguard Pandemonium on FundMyComic, share. And then we share this to the stage. Let me check my messages for a moment. All right. Yeah, I am zoomed in. I think I'm zoomed in. Yeah, zoomed in. So this is as big as it can get on the screen, guys. Oh yeah, it's called Omega Mission. That's right. Yeah, we'll be linking up soon, buddy. Ashcan coming out this month. Oh, that's excellent. This month. That's within 2 weeks. Comic is summer 2026. All right. Well, it's good that you're taking your time to make this, to produce this. You know, it's a lot of work. This book also, this Safeguard book, where we've been working on this for months, and we still need some time. We actually brought in a extra inker. So Everson Lirio, he's brought on as the inker for this book because Alan doesn't ink his own work for this book, right? And Everson is inking, but it's a lot of work. So, like last week, I also brought on Thiago Gomez, the second inker. So we have 2 inkers now, and Thiago has already finished a page. So it's a lot of work, guys, but it's worth it because this book is looking phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal. Mike says, how does 10 integrate into civilian life? What became of Phantasma and what's with Diabolik's inclusion since Perfect 10 issue 5? Will anybody die this time? Back to book to find out. A few of these questions will be answered in Perfect 10 book 6. By the way, Perfect 10 book 6 is completely drawn, guys. It's now, so Daniel, the colorist, is working on the last pages. He's coloring the last pages. I think it should technically all be done within 2 weeks. Perfect 10 book 6. So, but we're way ahead of schedule there because the book is set to like be delivered, I believe, in April, February, or in March. Sorry, March. I think March. So we're on time, guys. Woodham, hey Woodham, welcome, sir. Yo, Pops at all? Yes, welcome, sir. Yeah, but good questions. I think I if I answer them, I will spoil some things. So, but you will find out soon when issue 6 is done, and you will read that. A few of these questions will be answered. I basically want to start Safeguard basically without these questions. So you get like introductions to these characters, so new readers can just start with Safeguard, right? But if you read Perfect 10, you have some background on these characters. But it's not necessary. You can just read Safeguard, and you will get the introduction to all these characters and their adventures. Yeah, look at this art, guys. So Alan Goldman, look at this. Phenomenal work. This is inked by Thiago, right? So this is and colored by Brian McNair, and Brian also colors the Black and White series by Art Thibert. And we've been talking for a long time with Brian also. Like, if I ever have a campaign to do with you, or a project, I mean, to do with you. Um, so, but it lasted like 2 years before I finally had something that I could put Brian on. So he's coloring this right now. It's really cool. I'm really satisfied with the quality. This is so good. Yeah, it's so Safeguard issue 1 is a 32-page full color action adventure superhero comic book. When a force of demonic proportions threatens Grand Capital, the heroes of Safeguard have to face the 7 powers of pandemonium. What? What's that about? All right, so we have cover A by Alan Goldman, and then we have cover B by Paul Rodrigues. Paul Rodrigues, the artist of Perfect 10. So I love working with Pau. He's one of my favorite artists. I'm so lucky to be working with him. And he finished drawing Perfect 10, and he drew this cover for Safeguard. This B cover. Look at this; it's great, and this is colored by Daniel. So Daniel also colors the Perfect 10 series, right? So it's the style of Perfect 10. I love this, man. Really love this. All right, here's the creative team, and then we have a pencil edition because I don't know. I think someone said it would be cool to have a black and white version, and so I talked with Alan about this, and we kind of came up with the idea to do a like raw pencil edition, so no inks. At first, I told him we can publish the inked pages, and he was like, "No, if we do that, I want it without the inks." Okay, so it's fully raw pencil work, and this trade dressing is I'm not sure. I don't know. This is not final, right? So things can change because this book will likely be completely published under Critical Blast's label, which means things might change. They have their own like graphic designer. I'm the graphic designer here for the things you see here, right? For the Jamie Comics books, but when they like are published through Critical Blast, they might change some things also because the format might change, right? So yeah. Then we have the back cover. This art by Pau, and this is colored by Federico Siok. So these are like the villains. We're introducing brand new villains to the Jamie Comics universe, and some of these guys I had a long time. Like this guy in the back, he's like pretty old, right? I thought of him like decades ago. But finally we can use him, and so we created some new characters also. And so the first concept for this team was a little bit different. We had a few different characters, so we removed some characters, we replaced a few, we changed some completely, then we had to design them, and eventually this led to these guys. They're called the Pandemonium. I love these villains, man. They're fantastic. Look, this art also. This is great. It's so great. And this will be the back cover, guys. So if you buy the book, you will get this. Oh, we have a guest. We have a guest. Hey, John Longbach.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah. Good, man.
I just packed up. I wanted to make sure that I packed up your order for my comic, put it over there on my pile before I went on with you. I was like, I wouldn't be able to look at you in the face if I was like, I stopped and didn't pack up your order.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, man. Looking forward to it. I have the first issue, right, of Heroic Tales. It's still next to me. It's inspiring to see some other cool indie comics. Oh, You kicked yourself off.
Yeah, I logged in so I could stream on my channel. I'm trying to get you as many views.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Kicked me off. I don't know what happened.
Right. Yeah. But that's cool. It's a cool book, man. Heroic Tales. Heroic Tales. Looks great.
Yeah. I talk about this all the time. I think Dave makes the best superhero comics coming out. I hope that someday my comic book will be half as good as anything Dave puts out. I mean, I'm a big fan. I think I bought everything that you've ever published. You're doing it right. The art, the colors. I mean, to the point where I keep asking if I could borrow some of your colorists and, people, you do it. You find such great talent.
Oh, yeah.
I love the stories. And one of the things I always talk about is your imagination. I'm a big, I love superhero names, and man, you're the only guy I get jealous of when I see the superhero names. I'm like, why didn't I think of that first? Why didn't I think of that first? That's so good.
Yeah, it's funny to see when you have a superhero from Marvel, DC, and you can tell that the creators themselves are not sure about the name. So the character constantly changes names. For instance, with Kitty Pryde, that's one example.
Right. And then they just become their secret identity, like Jean Grey.
Yeah. That's always weird. Their own. Yeah. Well, she has a name, Phoenix. That's a fantastic name. I don't really like Marvel Girl. That sounds a little bit silly, but Phoenix is a fantastic name.
Right. It's Phoenix, and then they came up with this hokey name to resurrect somebody whose name was Phoenix, which is the mythological creature that resurrects itself.
Oh yeah.
It just showed me that they overcomplicated something that didn't need to be done. But
yeah,
you were going on a pitch. I don't want to interrupt you. We'll talk.
We have plenty of time. And I saw that. People are saying welcome, John.
Oh, thank you.
Mike says welcome, John. Welcome, Zach Tan.
Yep, Zach Tan gives me the drive-by blessing every time I stream.
Yeah, cool to see you, Zach Tan. Mike says, "Hey Dave, despite your modesty, your pitch talk just worked. Nudge, nudge."
Look at that. I'm looking at that panel.
Oh, wait.
So good.
So, by the way, we have 58 backers, guys. Let's see if we can get to 60 before the campaign closes. That would be great. I'm very happy with 50, 58, 59. 59? Mike, did you back twice? That's crazy. I
think I backed the first day.
Holy shit. Wait. Let me find something. Because we need to celebrate. Thank you.
Yes! Hell yeah! Hey, come on, baby! Come on! Yes! Come on! Ah! Yes! Yes!
Woo! Excellent. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Wow. 59 backers. That's crazy. That's fantastic. Yeah. You never know how a campaign does. It's FundMyComic plus. It's a brand new IP, So you don't know what if people like it, if people will support it,
Yeah, I mean anything that you make, I'm supporting.
Georgina, the art of this book is so good, it will take your breath away.
Yeah, look that panel that you were just showing. I was just looking at that panel. It's so good.
This one, yes, the opening panel, man. You have to immediately hook people with your establishing shot. Where does it take place? What are these people doing? Is this interesting? Do I want to spend the entire adventure here? Yes, this is fantastic.
Well, look at that. That's a cool museum. You got a dinosaur there. You got a biplane. You got Doctor Strange's cloak. That's a great place to start out a story, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, Doctor Strange's cloak. Yeah,
that is just awesome. Look at the colors in that.
I didn't even give Alan like I had a few specific things like in the script, like there are like ancient artifacts, right? But he's the artist, so all I knew was the cloak had to be there, right?
Right. That
So
apparently
he,
that's part of the story.
yeah, so he thought of all these other things like this armor here. Can you see the mouse? Oh, you
There's a
can't see.
mouse.
No, no, my
I thought there was a mouse in the kit.
and the T-Rex like skeleton. That's all. That's all. Alan. He thought of that. The plane right there. You know.
So do you give him like a detailed, like in the script for that panel? Did you give him a big gigantic description, or you just told him the 4 things that were needed and let him go nuts?
Yeah, I described the characters that were in there plus the architecture. So I wanted this to be a wide open modern museum with several levels, you know, and plus the cloak. I had the cloak attached to the wall, so something else. But Alan changed that, and that's fine. That's we can work with variations. That's cool. And Mike says, I've wondered if any background Easter eggs will be slipped in. Maybe. Looking forward to seeing these characters and their power sets and personalities.
Me too.
Yeah, it's so cool to write this. We were talking. You were talking today, John, about writing like battles and
Yes.
how difficult this was, especially when you have like all these super characters with crazy powers and many of them and all of them can affect what's happening. And then you have this team dynamic, so they have to work as a team, and that's all pretty challenging for when you want to write that down.
Right. I was today. I did my Sunday comics. We were talking about X-Men 115 right here. You know.
Oh yeah.
One of the things I was talking about, and I was saying it's hard to keep track of everybody, and I kind of been teasing because Nightcrawler in those early X-Men, and I go, and Nightcrawler did nothing again. You know, it's been like a running joke. But and then I mentioned how you have all-out battle brawls in some of those issues of Perfect 10. Like there's a double-page spread. There's got to be 60 characters. You know, just in just the super battle. And I get a feeling that you knew what every one of them is. And I'm a rookie at this. I sent Marcus Kellegrew a script, and there was just 4 street thugs fighting the public eye, and I lost track of one of them. So as he's drawing it out, he's saying, "Well, where's the 4th thug?" I go, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "He beats up this." Oh man, I just change it to 3. We'll change the word 4 to 3, and it will, because I lost. Man, how do you keep track of all of this? You know.
Yeah, man, it's
still one up you in a future issue of Heroic Tales. I want to have 100 characters fighting.
That's excellent. But when you do that, a double-page spread is actually the easiest because you just have one big brawl going on. But when you go zoom in on particular like sequences within the battle, then things get complicated. And you have to know where everyone is, right?
Do you choreograph like a one-on-one fight?
Yes. Sometimes it's necessary. Sometimes it's just this person kicks this person. But sometimes you need to have a certain sequence to work in to make something work. You know. But usually it's just leave it up to the artist. Right. Hey, Crenshaw, welcome, sir. Welcome. Issue 2, issue 5, Battle Royales, and yet, as others have already mentioned, Dave and Pau managed to make it all readable, not confusing, and logical, sensible as superhero battles need to be. Yeah, I have to say, I have some experience now working with several artists, and Pau is really good at this. So Pau actually has this this idea where everyone is, right? And with this particular book, I noticed that Alan does things differently. So Alan like takes more liberties sometimes with the script, and sometimes it confuses me. So I have to let him know, Alan, we need to change some things here and there so I can make sense of it with the script, you know. And luckily, Alan is really professional, and he just changes things up if I ask him.
Yeah, yeah. I told the patriarch has 7 children, and in a couple of group shots, there was an 8th child there. Some girl. She must have been about 14 years old. And so if you ever see a group shot of the patriarch with his family and there's a cat, that's where the little girl was. I caught it in time to change it. And, you know, it was just one of those things like, Renzo, there's only 7 kids and you drew 8. He said, yeah, but you said 8. I said, yeah, I was including the wife. You know, so I think it was like a language problem, or maybe, you know, probably I didn't make it clear. So we changed it. And that's got me thinking, this poor girl who no longer exists, and because of Renzo and I's miscommunication, I think I might have a story plot for a future issue.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah, I love that, how that goes, that visual things can inspire you for.
So my question to you is, have you ever seen anything that the artist, I don't want to say wrong, you know, because it's language probably problem, but has the artist ever did anything that just like, wow, that's a good idea, and changed the story?
Not big chunks of the story, but sometimes little things or visual ideas that we just kept in, like how things, for instance, it was never my, you have this character called Pinball. You can see him later here, right? And this character right here, this little dude.
I'm not looking at the little dude. There's something else drawing my attention.
But yeah. And so in the script, I told Pau that Pinball's power is to bounce around. He has this kinetic field, and he uses that to bounce around, and he can take out people quickly. He also makes the sound of bing, 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 like a pinball, right? And Pau drew him like balled up, like with his knees, like balled up, which is not how I imagined it, but we just kept it in. And now every time he uses the power, you see him like
yeah,
that.
you know, because when you told me about Pinball, like right now he's not in action, he's standing there talking to people, so he's not.
Yeah.
But if I was to imagine him, you know, this is just me, I would imagine him in a balled up position, as close to spherical as possible.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
John Douglas says, "Holy cheeks, Batman."
Welcome, John. Welcome, sir.
Bing, bing,
Bing,
bing,
bing, bing, bing, bing. Off those rear curves, yeah.
Does he bounce off that?
Back that ass, yeah, guys. Back that ass.
There you go.
Nah, John, she was just reincarnated as.
Talk to Hojo has a great comic called The Mythicals.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like the Mythicals. I love all the guys in this sphere, all the fun comics everybody's making, you know.
Yeah, the Mythicals concept is also fun. Plus, he works with Lirio, who is the inker who did these inks also.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, same inker.
Look at this. Now, I'm always a big proponent of storytelling. To me, I'm pretty merciless when it comes to storytelling, but you could scroll down, you could take all the words out of Dave's comics and follow. Now if you were to take the words out of these 2 panels right here, you wouldn't know what's going on other than knowing that she's disapproving of something and he's shocked. You know what I mean? So it works really, really well. You could figure it out if you had the other panel. But I think that is so important. And that's why I say, in the indie sphere, it seems like the 90s Image comics are all the rage. And you got that art and the coloring and the dynamism of all that. But you got the one thing that the Image comics were missing was plot, storytelling, and writing. You know, Image Comics were perfectly named. They might as well have been calendars. You know, because the story was bad, but you're doing everything. You got the art and the writing. It's a comic book.
You know what's also a bit weird, maybe that I'm always afraid that I bore people with fight scenes. So I love fight scenes within you. You need fight scenes within superhero comics, right? But I don't want things to drag on for too long. You know, you want to tell a story, so I usually go back to non-fight scenes whenever possible. It's really strange.
No, I hear you, because I've talked with a bunch of pros on my channel, and a lot of them like kind of just joke and say like, yeah, I'll tell the artist I need 3 pages of fight scenes, and they don't even script it out. It's literally just filler. And I kept, I don't want to insult any of my guests. I just have a policy of not insulting my guests, but it's like so now when I do a fight scene, do I just want to have John punches Dave, Dave punches John, John punches Dave, Dave punches John, John collapses? You know what I mean? Because as the writer, you could control when the guy gets defeated. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I try to make it so that there's something clever in each fight.
Yeah.
You know, just like one little clever. And if I get that clever thing, then it's okay. You know, if I need the hero to get defeated for plot reasons, I want to make it so that, it makes, because some of the times you just have like Superman just all of a sudden gets knocked out. You're like, this is just plot. There's no reason. So that's why I like to have my characters a little on the weaker side. So like when I do need them to get taken hostage and brought to the underground city, the reader's not going to get pulled out of it. But I think action sequences are hard, and you want them because they shoot laser beams turning into fire and flying and teleporting.
Oh yeah.
If you don't want to have action scenes, then just make a romance comic.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to show spectacle. You do. Love the colors and drawing style in this panel. 10 looks great. Yeah, I love the way Alan draws 10. Also, it's completely different from Pow style, but you can still recognize the character, which is fantastic. Also, what I do love about this setting, it kind of worked perfectly because you want to show people these characters, right? And this setting says a lot about these 2 characters, because these 2 heroes, 10 and Stellar, right? But Stellar is kind of a nerd. He's like this so he loves ancient artifacts. In his previous life, he was some sort of Indiana Jones-like character, and something happened there during one of his adventures that led him to become Stellar, right? So he takes her to the Hall of Antiquities. That's what it's called. Because 10, she's new to this world. She knows nothing about.
Yeah, she's very matter of fact. She looks at it without any. She doesn't have any romance to the past or anything like that. She says, "Oh, this is a dangerous artifact. We should destroy it."
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what are you talking about? This she's like, you just said it was a dangerous artifact. Logically, we should get rid of it.
Yes. So the setting kind of came from the characters. I was thinking, what makes sense for these characters to do, and so it kind of came from there, So they're having a little discussion here. He's like, keep it down. You're scaring people, because she says, why do you keep a portal from hell like in the middle of the city here?
Right,
that's crazy.
Right? That's not going to go wrong.
No. And so they kind of comfort her with the concept that it's all just stories, right? It's just, these are relics and they have stories and people love stories, right? So she's like, oh, it's not real. She's afraid she's ruining his day, but he's fine with it, and she doesn't get yet what is and isn't possible in this world, because you have a lot of crazy stuff going on. So why not this portal, right? And then we get these characters. So this one character right here on the left. Her name is Gabriella Fontaine, and she is like the fashion designer for superheroes. And she was first introduced years back in Earthling issue 2. I think it was issue 2. I can't even remember it. It's so long ago. And finally, I could bring her back for this
We
book.
trained her up. Did you plan on her coming back, or was it just this was a good opportunity?
No, I needed these costume changes. So plus she kind of she just fit here. She fit perfectly, right? She's the one who designs these costumes, so she needs to be here. Yeah, I love that. You have these superheroes, but surrounding that, you have all these other characters that make things work.
I love all the supporting characters. I have a cast of supporting characters in but I only have 2 issues, so you're not going to see them yet. But you got yourself a nice library of work. You must have introduced over 100 characters by now.
I lost count, honestly. I don't really know. But I have so many more that I haven't shown yet. First off, because there's just no time.
Right.
But also because some of them are not ready. I need to feel that they are like fully developed, like at least to the point that I can do something with them. I don't like to throw in characters and I don't really know who they are. That doesn't work. Because the characters make the story. So if you don't know the character, what kind of story are you going to tell? John says, in book writing, I like to say it should flow like a rocky flight. The storytelling of the flight is more important than the believability.
Yeah. The fight, it's who was telling me that the
fight. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think it was RJ from the Fourth Age says when he has a superhero fight, he tries to make the fight itself a story in 3 arcs.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm not that skilled, if I'm skilled at all, but I just want to do something clever in each fight.
Yeah. At the very least, you should the fight should like show the powers.
Right. And you want to be logically consistent. Like if Perfect 10 all of a sudden bursts into flames and flies away, you never showed that power before. You know what I mean? Like do you write down? Do you have like a character Bible of what all the like what they could do with this? I don't want to say stats because I know you don't play like Dungeons and Dragons, but like I literally have a card with all their numbers and stats like that for a role playing game. For all my characters. So one of the guys last night I was talking about my comic and I showed the card and he figured out the exact amount of energy of weight that the patriarch could lift with his telekinesis.
Wow.
And he was like, oh yeah, okay, you could lift that card. So I like that kind of stuff.
I'd love to see if I could develop these stats through your system for one of my characters.
I would love that. Scott Bizarre, who owns Village Vigilantes and Fantasy Games Unlimited, he said when you got a couple more issues and more characters, he goes, why don't we think of making a supplement for the Village Vigilantes game? And I would love your characters would be perfect. Your character,
Oh yeah.
Just make I think they look like the early drawings from Jeff D. and before his art got a little too abstract. But these characters, that would be exciting to stat out your characters.
Yeah, I'd love to do that sometime. Mike says you've also added in the right level and amount of any humor to your battles, Dave. Ill will in Perfect 10, which isn't easy with how subjective comedy. Yeah, comedy is very difficult to write. So it's tricky, man. When you have one character within the team who is kind of the goofball, and then you have to give him some funny lines, and that's always, you never know if it actually lands.
Yeah, humor is tough. I haven't done any humor yet because I don't know. It's tough.
Yeah. 10 looks really good in a denim jacket, and yeah, man, absolutely. And here we have a a inked page by Thiago Gomez.
I love that.
So you can see it before the colors.
That
He
was-
finished this Wednesday. Last Wednesday, he finished this page. Look at these tight lines, man. It's so. Some of these pages that Alan produces are very tricky to ink. They're all pretty tricky, you know. But sometimes it's this very loosey, sketchy thing going on, especially with backgrounds, and the inker has to kind of figure out, sometimes even draw things in, like what is this supposed to be, you know? So inkers need to be able to draw.
Yeah, I once I realized I couldn't draw, I was like, I could be an inker, and then I tried inking, and all I did was destroy art. So I'll just stick to typing.
Yeah. Hey, creative Welshmans. Welcome. I tune in and I see cake. Yeah. Well, it's a party, man. So you see cake.
Creative Welsh, your package is going out on Monday also.
Oh, cool. Yeah, man. How many shipments do you still need to?
I think I'm down to about 45, around 45. You know, you know the FundMyComic pages. You know, like, you know, when you go to the backers, it has a page.
Yeah.
I have about 3/4 of one page left to do. I just stopped because I realized it was 6 o'clock.
Yeah,
and then I
right.
had to eat something quick, otherwise I would have been angry.
Yeah, man. It takes a lot of time, but it's a good problem to have, man. It means you.
Yeah, I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
And so far, my backers have been very supportive. They understand I'm a one-man show.
Mhm.
You know, I'm doing it all. And then I ran out of. There's a box in my garage that I thought was filled with Gemini mailers. So when I opened it up, it was a board game that I ordered and forgot about. Gigantic.
Oh.
I thought so. I had to order more. So that cost me a week because I had to go to Amazon, order more Gemini mailers. There's no place around here to just buy Gemini mailers. So
Oh,
it was
yeah.
a third-party shipper. So
Yeah, for me, it's practically impossible to get them, to get the Gemini mailers here. So I just use like book boxes. Those work fine. Creative,
your stuff comes perfectly fine.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I also get help from Critical Blast, so they often ship out my.
Yeah, I think I might have to go with Critical Blast because it's the first time I did it, I just wanted to do everything by myself. You know what I mean? It was just like, obviously I didn't draw it, color it, or letter it, but everything else, collect the funds, do this, pay for that, and I wanted to box and ship it and get it all out. I've done that twice already. I think I'm going to go Critical Blast next time.
Yeah, why not, man?
But you have a difficulty, man, because so what do you get it? Do you get it printed in the States and get it shipped to RJ so he could distribute everything?
Yeah, it kind of depends. So the single issues, the floppies, I print here. So because I have my conventions, I need my own stock because I have a web store also, right? So I need my own books. So I print those here, and then I ship boxes to Critical Blast. I have these boxes made in a particular format, so they so the English format books fit in perfectly without like them moving around, right? And I have them made. These boxes are very sturdy, so I ship those out. I ship a few of these boxes to Critical Blast, but other things they can do, like for instance the trade paperback they make.
Right.
And then there will be a Dutch version of the trade paperback, and I will do that here. But so chances are that people who have bought the trade paperback of Perfect 10 will get the shipment a little bit sooner because my floppies still need to be shipped over to Critical Blast. Creative Welshman asks, did you reach the funding goal? Yes, sir. Yes, we did. We had a funding goal of a measly $2,000, and we reached that. We're now at 214%. 3 hours left to go. Very good. Cool, man. So let's see if we can get to 60 backers before we close. That would be great. Yeah.
Oh, I just noticed this Starlit J. That's my buddy Ron Robo. He's the one who he drew the suit backup story in Heroic Tales 1, and he's currently at work on a very bloody, very violent street level vigilante story for Heroic Tales 3 or maybe 4. I forget the order. It's so good, so good. And Brittany says hi. Brittany is his wife. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Yeah. Nice to see you, Romo. Yeah, fantastic artist also.
Yeah. Now is it okay if I spoil and show you some art?
Yeah, of course.
I'll find it.
Man.
I'll find it.
If you have something to show, please do.
I don't want to take anything away from your show.
Zach10 says, clever, like splashing the electricity villain with water.
Yeah, he's teasing me because that's one of my pet peeves as an electrician. I hate when electrical villains just get splashed with water and they die. Electrical villains, if that would take out an electrical villain, they would have to be the weakest villains in the world. You know.
So yeah.
I'm actually working on a story. That story is going to have the 100th supervillain battle of how to properly deal with an electrical based villain.
Holy shit! Yeah. So you have all these villains also designed.
Oh, for me, you talking about?
Yeah, your 100 battle.
Yeah. There's going to be about 50 superheroes, about 50 supervillains. You know, I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, I want to have a 2-page splash, you know, of them all battling and everything. And it's, guys, this is how much I love Dave's comics. He inspires me. You know, it's good. Like literally, I'm trying to dance around because I don't want to give things away. But in the first issue of Perfect 10 comes out of the tubes. She's just created. She's basically naked, but tastefully covered up, running around and having an adventure. And I just thought that was so funny. So I was like, I kind of want to do something like that. So I literally came up with a character to not rip that off. You'll see how different it is, but inspired. And then when I saw your grand battle with all of these characters, I was like, that would make a great scene in the story that I'm working. So there you go. Like Dave is inspiring me, and in a good way too, because I want it to be good. Like if I get inspired by Dave and I do crummy, it's just gonna be silly and a waste of time. And you know what I mean? It's not worth it. So there you go, Dave. Biggest compliment is flatter. You know, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. Creative Welshman says, dude, I can actually ink, believe it or not. I just need some inking work, to be honest. All right. So anyone watching right now who needs a inker, they can reach out to Creative Welshman. Let them do a sample page. I found it all. I did was destroy artwork.
Oh, he's laughing at me inking. Yeah. It removed all the subtlety and it removed all the good stuff that made it good. Well, now let me clarify. I bought like those like sketchbooks, like from Marvel tryout books, and they had like, and that's what I inked. So I didn't destroy like friends or real artwork. I just destroyed like published stuff for inking tryouts.
Right.
Don't have a heart attack. I didn't buy a pencil Jack Kirby and ruin it.
Tonight I was busy sketching some characters, mainly Magpie and P.I. Styles. He turned out differently than I imagined. Okay.
Oh, that's a good question. When you see your finished product, how different is it than what you originally laid out or wrote or imagined?
It's usually very different.
Right.
It's usually very different, and sometimes even a bit jarring. And I need to take a moment. I taught myself to not reply immediately when I get a page, unless I completely love it. I'm like, wow, fantastic. But sometimes I get to this page, I'm like, okay, I need to adjust, right? And then when I think about it logically, there's nothing wrong with it. It's a different way of visualizing what I had planned. But
Right.
it works. And the artist should be free to visualize things how they see it. So and then I'm like, yeah, man, thank you for the page. It looks great.
Right, like Renzo, the artist for my comics, he always sends thumbnails.
Mhm.
You know, he a couple of like almost stick figure thumbnails. Although Renzo is pretty detailed, there's really no surprises, and he is like amazing how he sticks to exactly what I write, to the point like now that I've worked with him so long, when I'm writing a script, I'm picturing it drawn by Renzo, and it's remarkably close. But when I work with other people, sometimes it's different. I'm like, but that works. Notably, when Pat Broderick did a cover for me, and he explained it, he explained the pose and everything like that. And then when I drew it, I was like, that's nothing. But I kept my mouth shut, and I didn't want, because you don't argue. He's a legend, Pat Broderick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then the funny thing is, now I can't picture what I originally pictured. I can only picture what he drew. It came out so good. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So yeah, I agree with you. I don't want to make a snap judgment. So I kind of wait for a couple of hours, look at it, and then I go back to the script. And, this panel says this panel says that. And as long as, even if Renzo changes things, as long as it conveys the story, that's really all that matters.
At some point, you can't even remember how you envisioned it.
Right. Absolutely. You're absolutely right.
100 villain battle. Just go through them like Old Boy with a hammer down a hallway. That would be great.
That would, yeah.
Did you see the movie Old Boy?
No, it looks too disturbing for me.
Oh yeah, it's pretty gnarly. Yeah. John, I've been low key for so long that your beard is back in full bloom.
Yeah, Ron, even though it says Starlet, this is Ron.
Yeah.
He took over a business, so he's been kind of low key off the internet, kind of low key out of the comic book scene.
He's been busy.
He's got to feed his family. He's doing the right thing. He's running a full on legit business.
Mm-hmm.
And then I asked him, do you still want to do work for me? And he's like, dude, man, I don't know how many. I think he has 17 children. I don't know. I'm exaggerating, but he has a lot of kids and a wife and his own business. So I said, what if I just give you a script, and if you like it, take your time, draw it whenever you feel like it. No pressure, and that he liked. So, he did, I think, I forget if he did 3 or 4 pages, but it doesn't matter, because even if he was done right now, it probably wouldn't be able to come out for 2 years. It has to fit this order.
Yeah.
But I learned that. I'm giving a lot of these artists literally 2 to 3 years to finish a 20-page script, because, and then I'm hoping I'll be able to get a lot of comics out all at once.
Yeah, I appreciate that you brought Ron back to doing comics. It would be a shame if you never saw anything new from him.
Well, this what I'm sharing with you is what he just submitted to me this week.
Oh, you're sharing something. Sorry, I didn't even see. Add to the stage. Oh, wait. I have to remove this first, and then we add this.
So this is this guy. This is a really dark story. It's really dark, really violent, and what this is the custodian is going to the theater. So this is an old theater, off-Broadway theater. He's got the newspaper in his hand. I'm gonna have Bill letter it up with some words, and there's blood coming out, and he pulls the curtains, and he sees a murder. And so when I talked to Ron, I was just like, I want this to be dark. I want this to be violent. Like, this is a serial killer story. The hero is going after a serial killer. And I said, but at the same time, I want it to be like a Will Eisner-esque. So I think he nailed it. I love this is the whole time we're going to see the internal monologue of this poor custodian who walks in and sees this. The newspaper is going to say something like 3 other murders in different theaters. So there's a murder targeting actors and actresses, and that's
some tricky perspective also.
Yeah.
Big panel.
I love this. I love this. Yeah. This is a 2-page spread. So
wow, fantastic.
Yeah.
That little panel starting panel. That's so good with the silhouettes, with the lighting. You know,
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
good. The
I can't
contrast.
see what it looks like colored, but at the same time, I love it in black and white. The page before this is an establishing shot. Ron drew this really beautiful picture of the actual theater itself. You know, so this is page 2 and 3.
Looks
Yeah,
great,
this
man.
story is it's wonderfully violent. Oh, I got Christmas cookies coming. Oh boy.
The script is great, guys.
Yeah, and I have another story, even darker and meaner, that I will send to Ron. But right now, I'm fulfilling boxes. Ron, I'm sorry, you're getting very dark stories. He's got the suit story, which is very dark. He's got this story that's even darker. And then wait till you see the next story. Oh my God.
Did you guys discuss beforehand what kind of story you wanted?
Yeah, I always ask the artist. You know, I don't want anybody to be insulted. Like Matt Barr asked, you know, he's like, hey, you want to do something together? I was like, okay. And I said, what do you want to do? And he said, I want to draw spaceships and sci-fi. So I said, okay.
Yeah.
And it was really funny because literally 4 or 5 hours prior, Tonic Pole and I were talking about, like, he came up with a universe. We're going to call it Dark Space, and it's going to be horror movie set in space inspired by aliens. So he set the rules for his universe. And I said, I got a story that would fit perfectly. So I pitched that story to Matt, and Matt said, that's too dark. That is, I don't want to do that. Like, I guess he came to me thinking it would be more all ages, good old fashioned superheroes and stuff. So he's like, I said, okay, let me get back to you. And I pitched the story to Matt. That'll be all ages. It'll be like a Mad Magazine humor story. It's going to be my first attempt at humor, and Matt likes that to the point. He already started drawing it, and I didn't even send him an outline yet.
Okay.
Pressure's on. Pressure's on.
Oh, yeah.
I hope he likes it. So yeah, but I don't know.
You can write fast, no?
I write in fits of frenzy. Like I plot down, like I have a book over here with all the story ideas, the order that they have to be in, and then I update it with like story beats, and then I write a first draft like almost in a mania. And I usually only on Sundays, because with my job, I come home late, I'm tired. I don't want to be tired when I want to be excited. And I wake up, I do Sunday comics. That gets me in a good mood thinking about comic books. And then literally, but if my wife has to go shopping, the Sunday's over. Like that mania is destroyed. So like, you know, maybe out of 4 Sundays a month, 2, 3 Sundays, I'll write until I'm done. Like I literally have started at noon and typed until it's done. And then what I do is I work on something else, and I don't even think about that anymore. I want to put it out of my mind, and then when I go back, it's as if I'm reading somebody else's script, and then I can be like a little bit more like logical and critical about it. But if I was to just as soon as I'm done go back and read it, I'm going to be like Ralphie from A Christmas Story. Oh, this is so good, you know. So I want to put it out of my mind, and then try to be critical. And
I wish it was possible to see your own comics for the first time. You know, sometimes you grab your own comic, at least I do, and I can't even believe that I'm responsible for that. It's like, that's nuts, you know. A creative Welshman has to go. Night, guys. I'll catch the replay. Thank you for coming in, man. Thank you.
Yeah, it's funny that you said that, because last night I did a live reading of Heroic Tales #1. I wanted to do it for a long time, but I figure once a new issue is out, I'll do a live reading of the previous issue. And it was literally the first time I looked at it in about a year. And you know, when I first wrote it, I went through this wave. Maybe you have something similar. But I wrote it, I was like, this is the greatest story ever. John Byrne's going to come out of retirement and he's going to draw my comic, you know. And then it's published. And then all of a sudden, as soon as people started getting it, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I sent out such a crap comic. Oh my God, they're going to tear me apart. Oh my God, I'm done. You know what I mean? Yeah. And the response was pretty positive. But I was embarrassed by it for a long time. I'm like, I can't believe I wrote this. It's so amateur. And then Heroic Tales 2, oh my God, it's so much better. And then Patriarch 1, this is the order. Patriarch #1's coming, then the story I wrote. I feel my writing's getting better. So I was really like embarrassed by Heroic Tales 1. And then last night I read it live, and I'm like, this is better than I remember.
Yeah.
Like I was having a good time.
You make it worse. You make, when I read back my older comics, I can only see the problems with it. I'm like, I should have, because nowadays I write different. I have some more experience, and I would like to rewrite these first books in a different way, but other people don't see that.
Right.
So usually it's not that bad.
Like I pointed out all the mistakes to people. Like they wouldn't know their mistakes because they there's a continuity mistake. I used the wrong name for the patriarch's oldest son.
Oh.
But now I have to keep it because like famously in Amazing Fantasy 15, he was Peter Parker, Spider-Man. But in Spider-Man #1, they called him Peter Palmer. And then in Spider-Man #2, they went back to Parker. So I don't want to do that. So I gotta use JJ as his name because it's in print. But
JJ.
Yeah.
What does it stand for, JJ?
The patriarch's name is James Kelly, so he's James Jr.
Oh, we got 2 new backers.
Oh, nice.
Holy shit. Thank you, guys.
Yes! Hell yeah! Hey, come on, baby! Come on! Yes! Come on! Ah! Yes! Yes!
Wow. Fantastic. Fantastic. Thank you. Getting to 60 backers, that was what I hoped for. Now we're at 61. Excellent. 2 hours to go. Wow. Fantastic, guys. Thank you all so much. Holy shit. This is great. That people like what you produce, right? That's
Well, you have a good reputation. You put out good comics, you deliver on time, you're prolific. You're doing everything right. You're my model. What you're doing everything that I want to do. You got good characters, you got a good team of artists, you got a good reputation, and you don't fight with anybody. I'm working on that. I still fight with people. I'm embarrassed of myself fighting with certain people. But you know what I mean? You're doing it all right,
Thank you. 58 Underground says, woo, congrats, Dave. Thank you, sir. Mike says, congrats. Thank you, Mike. Ron says, Dave has the best full universe of indie comics so far. The low key Stanley. Oh, thank you so much. Wow. Hey, Dave, you've ideated character Scourge. Would you be willing to drop the name of another Pandemonium member on stream? You don't have to point out who the name belongs to. Oh, sure. I can do that. They're right where? They're right here. Where were they? The back cover. You can see them here, right? You can see them here. So Scourge, I showed the design of Scourge online a little while back, which is this girl on the left. That's Scourge. Like she has this fire whip. It's a whip from Hellfire, and there's two whips. Really, really cool. And then we have a character called Malignant, which is also one of these. Mike says you don't have to tell us which one. All right, so one of them is called Malignant. Yeah, and then we have Hellgate, which is the guy in the back with the cloak. He's called Hellgate. I believe Paul Thayer had this character called Hellkate, which was very clever. John, you still there? You're muted, sir. Did I mute you?
No, I my cat was yowling, so I turned off my mic and I forgot to turn it back on.
Oh, okay, right.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I was gonna say Malignant. It's got to be that little tumor-looking guy in the front.
yeah. His original name was Tumor. That was his name, and we changed that later on too.
Is it really? He's Malignant?
Yeah.
That's perfect, Dave. Your names are the best. They fit so perfectly.
Yeah. And then we have a character called Epitaph.
Oh, that's a
also
good
one-
name.
It's also one of these. Yeah, man, I love that. Epitaph.
Which one would be Epitaph? I don't want to, because if I guess right, then you're going to give it away.
Yeah, so people can guess. Intriguing, says Mike. I remember Hellgate appearing in a crossover pinup. Yeah, that was from years back. I had this character called Earthling plus Dream Girl, and they were fighting Hellgate, and they were accompanied by another hero from a different character. From a different creator. That character was called Stealth. And I was during the time that I was with a publisher called Short Fuse, and they had like different creators, and one of them had the book Stealth. So I kind of made this crossover pinup. By the way, it's something that I don't do a lot of nowadays. I used to do that more, like other characters, and make the crossover pinups. But I found that sometimes creators weren't very appreciative. They didn't really care, and I'm like, I wasted like money to produce this pinup, you know.
Do you like doing crossovers with other creators and their characters?
Yeah, I'd love to, but it only works when characters are a little bit established. That's a bit the problem with the indies. I love to do that, you know. But it works best when people actually know the characters. So we have some raw pencil work here. So this is some sample pages from Alan Goldman. These details, man, this is crazy. So the inker gets this, and the inker has to figure out some things that you're like, what could this be?
I like that. Superpowered construction workers over here.
Yeah, that's a bit your other job, right? Yeah. So he's not wearing the helmet, right? And he's like this safety inspector. He's like, you need to wear a helmet. And there's other guys like, can't you see this guy is a meta-normal? You know, he's saving us tons of work, literally. And then he's being picked up by the heroes because they have a job to do. Malignant Tumor, Dr. Humorous.
Yeah, that's a great name. Yeah.
Yeah, wait until you find out what he can do. Right, so this double page spread. Look at this, man. This is nuts.
That is nuts.
So I basically wrote at the script. We have a double page splash page. In it we see like the superhero Stellar fully in his outfit. You can see that he's flying, and they're fighting Hellgate, and Hellgate is like unleashing like hundreds of little demons. And I was like, how is Alan going to visualize this?
So the inker, he I guess he gets a digital, and then he inks it digitally.
Yeah.
Yeah. So does your artist, does he draw physically, or does he draw? Because that looks like pencils on paper.
Yeah, this is physical. I actually have this. I have this original in my house.
Oh, that is great. That's one thing I asked Renzo if he could do all the covers in pencil, and I'll buy them from him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so that is awesome.
This is good, huh?
And it's funny. I'm looking at all those people fighting, but all I can see is Ten's butt.
And you can still buy it, guys. For $800, you can get this double page splash, and it comes with all the books. Plus, I will sign them. Then we have this splash page.
Wow, look at that.
Introduction of these villains of the Pandemonium. This is crazy, man. Absolutely nuts.
That is great. I love Malignant. He's my favorite now.
What do you mean, the artist?
No, I love Malignant. He's my favorite character now.
Yeah.
Look at
Well,
that.
So we had this. I told you that I had this. I was trying to figure out what kind of team this should be, right? These villains. I knew there had to be like 7, and I had this group and these characters. I sent them to Alan, and Alan said, "Dave, can we have a little character in there?" And I was like, "Yeah, but there isn't one." So so this means I have to design a brand new character, right? So I removed one character, and in its place came a Malignant, or Tumor. That was the name back then.
And well, Malignant works so good because Malignant means evil. You know,
Yeah.
and it applies to Tumor. It is such a good thing. So now I got to ask, what happened to the poor guy that was removed? Is he going to be recycled in another story?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Yeah, it's kind of a rework. I used part of his powers for Malignant, so I can't really use him. No, I don't think so.
Right. I got a poor character, an Asian martial artist that was going to work with Mary Sue in issue 3 of Heroic Tales. But everybody likes King Fu. So I was like, well, why have another Asian martial artist when I got one that people like? So I feel bad for the guy I took out because he actually predated King Fu in my role-playing world,
Oh,
and had more stories, but everybody likes King Fu better. But you know what? It inspired a whole nother story. So sometimes, giving the people what they want, it's good. Well, in this case, he gave the artist what he wants, but that's not my favorite character. So a little bit of change.
right.
I love the kinds. I love that like hammer-headed looking guy.
Yeah, he's cool. Huh? Yeah, the original design, he had eyes, and I was like, let's remove the eyes. Let's see what happens. And this is fantastic. Welcome, Master of the Thunder Nerds. He says, looks great. Thank you, sir. And welcome, the Tasteful Thickness. It's xenoscopish. Oh, really?
Yeah. Now I got to ask you. I'm introducing a female monstrous villain in Patriarch number 1. And when I described it to a couple of friends, they were insistent that she still has to be sexy. And I didn't say anything. I just wanted to hear their reasons. And they're like, they were just like, if it's a female, non-sexy character, it's going to turn people off. So what are your thoughts on that? Like even a monstrous female.
What completely depends on what you want. It can go both ways. If it's important for the story that she's monstrous, then just keep her monstrous. Why not? We all love to see sexy characters, but if it's not really, if it's better, if it makes more sense for the character to be like hideous or monstrous, then then you do that.
But because it's more acceptable. I mean, look at Malignant. Malignant is male. It's or maybe whatever, but like, and then that hammer-headed guy. But then you do have a monstrous female back there with the hand upraised. So yeah. So I don't know, but nobody's gonna argue. Scorn right there. That's a sexy lady. She's a sexy.
Yeah. Well, I needed one babe in this team, right? That I knew, but I didn't know which one or which power set. So that developed later on. But the whip part, it made kind of sense. It gives her this dominant streak, so it kind of worked out, But I think with a team you can do that. But if you have one character in your situation, you have to go what the character requires, right?
Right.
So you're sharing something now?
Yeah, this is the character. So this is can I make her bigger? Yeah. So this is the character that it's going to debut in Patriarch number 1. She's one of a few villains. And, she's the daughter of Anubis. So she's this like she uses military weapons, and she has heightened. So she's like part Doberman, part part human, and she goes.
That's not a mask. That's actual face.
It's her actual face, but she has jewelry adorning it. So she's a daughter of it. So I'm just curious, what do you think her name would be?
Oh, it's based on Anubis.
Right.
I don't know. Wait.
Her name is Queen Bitch.
I would have never guessed that.
Right, queen and then bitch, because bitch means female dog. So
right,
and she's nasty, inspired by the David Bowie song. You guys don't know it yet, but there's like some David Bowie themes going through Patreon. But it was funny because everybody's like, she's got to be sexy. I don't know. Her body is nice, but her face is.
But if you make her sexy, so you give her a beautiful female face, then the name doesn't work no more.
Right. So I sent Renzo a really poorly done sketch that someday I would have
Queen Bitch.
But then she's Queen Bitch.
All right. Original name.
Yeah.
Absolutely original name.
Zach10 says Anubabe. That's a good one. Great legs. It's a shame about her face. I like that. Great comment.
John, every time I look at that spread, I always fixate upon Ten's butt. Hey, artist hypnosis.
Hey, the male gaze sells comics, man. What do you want me to say?
Sure. Yes. Zach10 says Lucky Cricket could perhaps be a mentor figure down the line.
Oh, he was listening. Lucky Cricket was the name of the Asian character, the Asian martial artist.
Right.
And I've had him in my role-playing game for like 20 years. And, he's this Chinese guy, and he uses a cricket style of fighting. And in China, crickets are lucky. So he's Lucky Cricket, and he uses martial art. But he has this passive ability where good luck, he has like a good luck field around him. Right. So like the bad guys will trip and fall, or he'll like hit the ground and put his hand out, and then like he'll find the weapon he needs, things like that. But then with Mary Sue's probability altering powers, they kind of overlap a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then people like King Fu, like why'd you have two Asian characters? It would be like having two Human Torch type characters. I got Fireman and Flame Guy. You know what I mean? Why do you have both? They serve the same purpose.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, I'm very sensitive to that also. I don't want like overlapping powers in my universe. There are plenty of powers. Some powers are like common, like super strength,
right,
or flight, but other powers should be unique.
Like the Legion of Superheroes, everybody's got to have one unique power to join the team.
Yeah. Let's see. Never give into a mob when you're an artist. If she is a witch-like character, then she can be ugly. But if she's a monster, she can be monster cute. Monster cute.
I agree with that. I have a story with the witch coming up, and I have an ugly witch story. And then later on, I actually have a sexy witch story. So I got both flavors of witches was covered. But the ugly witch story, there's a couple other hot chicks. So
yeah, you can totally be sexy and still monstrous. Look at Rhea Ripley from wrestling. She is huge, ripped, but powerful, and still kind of sexy. I'm not familiar with wrestling. That's a American thing.
Oh, really? That's not famous over there in Europe?
No, not at all.
Is there anything like it in Europe? No.
Well, in Europe maybe, but in the Netherlands, no. Wrestling is not really a national thing here. A cultural thing. I guess Anubabe.
Yeah, that was for my character.
All right, Anubabe. Yeah. Right. Great. Yeah, excellent. So lovely splash page here.
Oh, look at that guy! I didn't see that guy up at the top.
This guy,
the cape like wings. I didn't see that. That is awesome.
Yeah, you also need to when you have this team, you also need to at least have one character who can fly.
Yeah,
You know, it's this,
that is great. Yeah, you got
yeah,
a couple of monsters, couple of humans. That is great.
yeah. These layouts really
Oh, look,
cool.
look at 10 there.
Yeah, Ten got a new design also because she's basically now part of this team, right? So in the Perfect 10 series, her costume got completely like ripped. Plus, it was the costume of her former life.
And she's still packing 45s.
Yes, yes. I love the way that Alan draws the museum guide, given this characteristic look.
Yeah, that the face on the right, that is a great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great, man. He's really good at giving character this distinctive looks.
Yeah, and the acting, like, he doesn't just have a stoic face. He's shocked at what's going on.
Yeah, man.
And Ted looks determined and angry.
Yeah, Ten is badass. I love this character so much. Sometimes you have like you write like you start writing, you're like, I love this character so much. That you actually like. That really helps you when you write something and you really care about these characters, that they bring forth these stories because you know these characters. I love that. So here you have a layout from Alan, but Alan also sometimes delivers me pages without any layout beforehand, so just get it done, which is which sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. Cleavage is costume cooling ventilation. Yes. Strength and durability are common complementary powers that do not overshadow the main powers unless extreme.
Right. Like if you got two strong guys on a team, you could have like a Colossus type armored guy, and then you could have like a Rage Hulk guy, you know what I mean? Even though they basically they fill the same niche, the way their motif is so different that you could do it. You like look at the X-Men. You really have, Cyclops and Storm are basically energy projectors. Like Cyclops, long range firing and a long range energy projection beam, and Storm, well, she can fly. Hell, even Banshee and Storm kind of overlapped. They were both the flyers who shot direct attacks at people, but their whole motif was so different that I don't think people probably go, oh yeah, they do kind of overlap.
Yeah.
And I heard that's why they got rid of Thunderbird, because he overlapped with Wolverine. But
Thunderbird overlapped with Wolverine, seriously?
Yeah, well, he had heightened senses, heightened strength, durability, and tracking, and Wolverine did all of that.
Right, yeah.
But I still think they were so different that they could have been on the same. Plus, he was the hothead. Wolverine was the hothead.
Yeah. I get that.
Can you imagine if they killed off Wolverine instead?
Killed off? No, that's hard to imagine.
In a different universe, Thunderbird is played by Hugh Jackman.
Yeah. But even when you have like characters who have strength is their main, so every team often has one powerhouse. But even then, you have to find something that makes them distinct. So the reason they are strong, for instance, you have like with X-Men, you have this guy, strong guy, and that's explained that he absorbs kinetic energy, and that makes him strong, right? So you have this particular reason that so you need that.
That is so powerful in the villains vigilantes. If you get that power, you're overpowered. You're almost immune to damage.
So Alan drew this sketch of 10. He also inked this, but so with this campaign, Alan is offering personal character commission. So if you want a character drawn by Alan, it can be any character, it can be your own, or it can be a Genuineverse character or a mainstream character. He will draw it for you, and you will receive the original art plus a high-res scan. You can use it for anything you want, right? And along with this, you get signed copies of all the books. Yeah, that's the end of the campaign. We have like 2 hours left. I think it's 2 hours left now. Holy shit. Time flies, man. Second description goes for Jubilee as well.
He's answering John Douglas. He says, Storm and Banshee are easy to tell apart. One is a walking act of God. The other is an HOA violation after 9 p.m. And then it says, same for Jubilee as well. Do you know what an HOA is?
No.
It's a home ownership or association. It's basically a little civilian government that a neighborhood makes up, and they just pester everybody. I will not move to a neighborhood where the lady next door has authority over my house. Like, you know,
wow.
Usually, like one of the HOA authorities ordinances is no loud noises after 9 p.m. Which I agree with, but I don't. You know, you can have a party once a year.
Sure. Yeah. But then it has to go through a committee and everything.
Right. It's just another bureaucracy. Like you got. I don't know how the government works by you, but you know, we got the federal government, then we have state governments, then we have county ordinances, and now we're gonna have a little neighborhood government. You know, little old retired people who drive around and have nothing better to do than get in your business.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Well, the same mentality do many people have who go into politics. You know, they just want to just busybodies.
People who go into politics, I just feel like they just have a desire to control other people's lives.
Yeah. Welcome, Bad Sauce. Welcome.
Well, I gotta ask you a question because I don't want to spoil anything. But do you ever see a superhero or a character, and you're like, I kind of want this in my world? So you come up with like a spin-off of it, or you know, an homage to it, like. You know, obviously the patriarch is inspired by Superman, but I think he's different enough that you could argue that it's not Superman. But have you ever seen like my Raven character is my take on Batman? Have you ever just said, I want a Captain Marvel, or I want a Human Torch, or I want to Reed Richards or a Spider-Man in my world, and then build a character from that? Or do you know?
Well, it's more like particular powers, and I'm like, I want this power in my world, so I built a character around that. These are often powers we see from the mainstream books, plus combined with brand new powers that I come up with, so you get a new dynamic. So it's mostly like tropes or archetypes that I want in, like the patriotic characters. So yeah, there are like similarities probably, but it's kind of because you work within the genre, right? But I don't think I have. Oh yeah, there is one. There is. We have this. Well, she hasn't appeared yet in a comic, but we have a She-Hulk like character. I wanted that because I didn't really like what they did with the She-Hulk. It was around the time that they made her really like muscular and stupid. She was like
they
the
took
Hulk.
away her beauty.
Yeah, she was like what was the point? She was kind of the second Hulk now, you know. So, and I created this character called Glorious, and she is our version of the She-Hulk, but I haven't been able to use her yet in a story.
Yeah, because the reason why I thought of this is I kind of like Jubilee from the X-Men. She gets a lot of hate, but I think her power is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
So I'm in that story where there's 100 people fighting. I'm gonna throw in a bunch of characters that who knows, but I will have my Jubilee, you know, homage character. And I want to do Butch. Yeah, that's a good name for a She-Hulk character. Just call her Butch.
Butch.
Yeah, an evil, muscular girl.
Oh,
Butch.
yeah.
Oh, here comes Butch.
Well, there you go, John. You have a brand new character.
There you go. See, every time we talk to people, come up with character.
My next 2 books are exactly what you described, John.
In what? Refresh me. I don't remember. I talk so much sometimes I don't remember what I said.
Glorious has been rendered glorious by artists you've already commissioned, and in the CGification piece. Yeah, there are some pinups made. So she is designed. She's kind of developed. I just haven't find the right moment to introduce her yet. But yeah, Safeguard, the pencil edition through Critical Blast. What's Omnipo? Welcome. What is the name of the heroes on the cover? I can tell you. I love
your name, so I'm going to sit back and enjoy this.
All right. So the central character here is called Ethos. He's like the leader, right? As you can tell, he's very stoic. Love these characters, man. I love these characters. All right. Then here in the lower left we have Stellar. Yeah. And then
we got to have a team up, and my Starlet's got to go on an adventure with Stellar.
You have a Starlet?
Yeah. Starlet. She's like the internet superhero. She was an actress, so now she kind of looks like Marilyn Monroe. She never touches the ground. She's always flying. She wears like high heel shoes and everything. Yeah. I'll get a picture of her. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, Starlet. That's a cool name. All right, then here we have on the left is 10. She's our Synthoid. Then here we have, this is a tricky one because she has 2 names. She's called Diabolique, but she's also called Phantasma. So it kind of depends on the situation. Then we have the little guy is called Pinball. And the big dude is called Iceberg. And then we have this lady right here is called Wisp. Axe is being very gay. Is that so? Tim Olsen, welcome, sir. Welcome. Apparently saying some kid who is flashing money and a gun needs to be slapped will get you banned for 11 hours. Did X ban you? That sucks. That sucks, man. So yeah, those are the names of these heroes. And the original title, by the way, of this book was Safeguard 7. But I dropped the number because I didn't want to tie myself down to a specific number of members. You never know.
Yeah, that's smart.
Not banned, but limited. What I can do?
Okay. Also, to let you know that Tim has a comic called Melvin. You can get it on Amazon right now.
Yeah, Melvin. I know Melvin. It's the golden dude, right? With the golden skin, correct?
Melvin, does he have golden skin? Yeah, yeah, I guess.
I thought so. If I remember correctly.
I love that panel.
This one?
Yeah. I don't know what it is. It's just so pleasant to look at.
Pretty colors also, right?
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, yellow.
I had imagined this museum to be like white, like very pristine white, right? But Brian colored it, and I didn't relay that information to Brian, and he colored it like this, and I think I like this better.
Yeah, I think white would have been too stark.
Yeah. This is more. This has more character.
It's funny because Daniel and Oscar are my 2 colorists, and a lot of times I forget to give them directions. To me, it's like, it's just understood what color. And Oscar will change the color. Well, not change the colors. He'll just color it what he thinks. And then I'm looking at it, and I'm like, damn, that's better than what I imagined. Yeah. But then again, he's a colorist, so so I kind of go with Oscar in his colors. Like King Fu was supposed to be white and gold. He made him. He goes like, no, I'm calling him. He flat out told me, because now I'm calling him like Iron Fist, and now I can't picture him any other color.
Yeah, yeah, they know, man. They are professionals.
Oh, this is Scarlet that I'm sharing with you. She could go on an adventure.
Oh, wait, let me remove this. Add to the stage. Oh, there she is.
Yeah. So
she's like silver hair.
Yeah, she's like a cosmic being, you know, so she could fly in space independent of atmosphere. She's powered by cosmic energy, fires cosmic blast. She has like a cosmic sense, so she could track through space, you know. But she wanted to be an actress, and then she was gifted with powers. So she's always like flowing in the air and distracting people. Basically, whatever a star could do, she could do. You know, so light, heat, flame, fire, gravity.
Yeah, that's a wide array of abilities.
She's super powerful. She's super powerful. She's one of my more powerful, but she's sexy and she acts ditzy, so people underestimate her. And she's got a couple of distractions.
That always helps. Yeah, it looks great. This drawn by Renzo, right?
Yes, drawn by Renzo, and I believe this one was colored by Oscar. I forget if this was Daniel or Oscar.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, because you have your your campaign is still in the storefront mode.
Correct. Yeah, but I'm going to keep it up until I do another campaign. You know, I don't want to prevent anybody from buying my comic. You know, I'm hoping that like when people get my comics, they put them on Twitter and other people see them. Or, you know, I flatter myself thinking that there's people who are just waiting. Oh, it is good. And I know you probably heard this too, but I've heard many times, so many times that it upsets me, but I understand that they don't want to back my stuff until it actually comes out because they don't trust crowdfunding because certain people have ruined their faith in crowdfunding. So, you know, now that they're seeing it, a couple of people are like, okay, I'm going to buy it now. It actually exists.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I don't want to shut down my store for people like that. You know?
No, this is wise. This is good to do.
I understand it too. I understand.
That panel reminds me of childhood Saturday mornings. I don't really know which panel, but
I think we talk about the library.
The museum. Yeah.
Diabolique. Yeah, she reminds me of a tiefling from D&D too.
I never really. I don't know much about D&D apart from surface level.
Yeah, they're a race of part demons. So like,
okay,
so right. they look like Diabolique, you know.
Okay. Dave, have you been watching the Critical Role shows? The Mighty Nine is very good. I don't know the Mighty Nine, but I do know Critical Role. I watched some of their plays on YouTube, which is interesting to see. So this is Heroic Tales 2, which is now on FundMyComic, so people can also check this out.
Yeah, and it'll ship this week. It'll ship this week. That's crazy. Yeah. Introduction. So what can you tell us about Heroic Tales for people who don't know it yet? Is 40 pages. It's 2 complete stories and then a couple of bonus material, letters page, and issue 2 is the Patriarch. The Patriarch goes to rescue an abducted child into this what lies beneath Science City, and deals with the subterranean. I mean, I wear my homages on my sleeve. You could see the subterranean he's kind of like the Mole Man meets the Hulk.
Yeah.
With some extra chemical weapons on the side. And I don't want to spoil it, but it's 22 pages of him dealing with the underworld, the politics of the underworld.
I love the design of this dude, this villain.
Yeah, I love that. I love that villain. I was, you know, he's got mushroom plates growing all over him.
Yeah.
The Patriarch hits them, they break, and he starts to hallucinate. And then there's Mary Sue. Mary Sue, I wanted to make. It was kind of a response to the Scarlet Witch. I love the character of the Scarlet Witch, but now that she's in the movies and everybody in the world knows the Scarlet Witch, and they're telling me, who's been following the Scarlet Witch literally since her debut, of how her powers work. So I gave up, washed my hands. You got the Scarlet Witch. So this is my version of the Scarlet Witch. Now, the Scarlet Witch originally, she would hex you and you would have bad luck.
Yeah.
Then later on, she developed the ability to, like, I could hex myself or my friends and give them good luck. So that's, and then they gave her reality warping powers. So I'm like, okay, so I'm going to make a character that, and then I just said, people are going to call her a Mary Sue. So then I just beat you off at the pass and I named my character Mary Sue. So she doesn't have a superhero name, although King Fu's going to come up with a cute superhero name for her. And she's Mary Sue. She's overpowered. She's by far my most powerful character, but she could rewrite possibilities. So let's just say a car veers off the road and crashes into a boy, and that boy gets killed. She could redo time so that car, but what if that car goes the other way and then it kills a man instead of that boy? So she's just like, do I have the right to pick and choose who lives? And she's a very religious Catholic girl. So she doesn't like the idea of playing God. Like, you know what I mean? So like, okay, so she uses her ability and something else, and then the driver of the car gets propelled. You know what I mean? Like, and then so she's just like, I'm going to pick who's dying. I don't want to do. So she's reluctant to use her powers. And then the farther back she changes the probabilities, she could change the present. So she could really, really mess things up. So she doesn't want to use her powers. And this is her origin. She does something in this origin. People are starting to read it now. I hope they understand what she did. I'm wondering if and then issue 3 is dealing with the consequences of what she did. And I'm being very squirrely on purpose. So Dave, I'm mailing your comic tomorrow. I would really like it if you told me what you think happened. I'm so nervous that my parents said I did a good job, but he's a professional writer. So, you know what I mean? But so I just hope people, because I was really nervous about the suit, and people seem to understand what happened in that story in issue number 1. So anyway, 2 complete stories. That's going to be my model. I'm not monthly, so I feel it's not correct to make people wait 6, 7, 8 months, 5 years in between issues. You're going to get a satisfying beginning, middle, conclusion in every story. Even though issue 3 continues Mary Sue's story, that's a complete story in itself. This is a complete story in itself. But like old comics used to do, they build on each other. But if you miss an issue, which I hope you don't, please don't miss an issue, you could still figure out what's going on. So there you go. That's my pitch. The origin of Mary Sue.
Cool.
And Patriarch. Now, my next campaign is going to be Patriarch number 1. It's about time I told his origin. I haven't told his origin yet. These are the variant. Oh, and why are they twisted like that? Because it's a flip book. So you flip the book over, and then is read right side up, and then you flip the book over, and then Patriarch is read right side up. So you decide when you bag it and board it. You decide which cover you want to look at for all eternity, or better yet, buy multiple copies, and you could, you can still issue number 1. I'm bagging and boarding issue number 1s.
Welcome, Unhinged.
How you doing, Unhinged? Good to see you.
Welcome. Mike says, and of course you've seen the first Hollywood D&D movie, Dave, with Jeremy Irons losing nearly all of his self-control. Yes, Jeremy Irons was fantastic. But this was one of 2 movies that we ever walked out of the theater from. Yeah, it was terrible. And the other movie was Hardcore Henry.
Oh, really? I never saw it. It looks it looked like watching somebody else play a video game.
Yeah, but I the same with this movie. I went with my girl, and the whole fantasy thing, she doesn't get that, you know. So it's and I was like, this movie is stupid. So we both didn't really got anything from it. And the second movie, Hardcore Henry, it was like a trip. It was non-stop, continuous. It was too much. It was, so we had to like disengage from the movie.
So Bat Sauce has a comment. He says, "Is there a big Underdark influence?" Absolutely. I one of the things that I say is my comic book is Bronze Age superheroes meets Dungeons and Dragons, and then with an H.P. Lovecraft all mixed together. So yes, there's a lot of Dungeons. Matter of fact, it starts out with he and his wife talking about playing Dungeons and Dragons. I call it Dungeon Crawl because I didn't want to. I don't know which is the coast would allow it. So he's like, "Oh, good, we're gonna play Dungeon Crawl today," and he's like, "Yeah, good." And of course, superhero Peter Parker never gets to spend the day with Mary Jane. The bad guys attack, and then he's under the ground, literally fighting monsters. And he says to himself, "I guess I got to play Dungeon Crawl after all." You know.
Wow.
And I do have an issue. Issue 5 of the Patriarch is literally going to be them playing Dungeons and Dragons. You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have Renzo draw them as knights, and you know.
By the way, we have 86 people watching right now.
Good. Back, Dave.
Fantastic. That's fantastic,
Dave,
guys.
We got to get Dave over 5,000.
Let me return to this campaign for a moment, guys. So we are closing out Safeguard issue 1 Pandemonium. That's this one right here. Let me remove this.
Yeah, FundMyComic doesn't update automatically. You have to refresh.
Yeah, so it's on FundMyComic, guys. We are closing in 2 hours. Yeah, in 2 hours. 2 hours from now, we will be closing. Look at this art. This is if you like superhero stuff. So quality 90s superhero action adventure with colorful characters, cool action, and a fun story. And this might be something for you guys. This is the first superhero team book that we actually made. So I did write some team material, but it was or in a solo book or it was in a anthology, so a shorter story. So this is the first actual team book that we're doing. The first cover is by Alan Goldman, and the second cover is by Pau Rodrigues. Both are fantastic. I love this. We have a pencil edition, which only shows the raw pencil art from Alan Goldman. Yeah, that's really great. I've been talking to Critical Blast about what we're going to do with this book. It probably won't be like the other books in format or the way it's produced, right? But we'll see. And then we have the back cover of the villains called Pandemonium. That's their name. Love these guys. Look at these colors. It's crazy. And then some preview pages so you can see the quality. This is inked by Yves and Lirio, this particular page. So we have two inkers. We have Lirio and we have Thiago Gomez. Because this was a lot of work for one inker. Yeah, so the introduction of some characters. Here you see some ink work from Thiago. He just finished this this week, this page. Some pencil art. This is nuts, man. This is crazy. Yeah. So if this looks like fun, just pure fun, guys. This is just.
It's so good.
This is the kind of.
I can't wait for this.
The kind of comics that I want to read, you know, and I can make them. It's crazy. You have some layouts so you can see. It's really good, man. Every panel has like perspective lines. Each panel has perspective lines. That's crazy. So you see like a pinball bouncing around.
Yep, I love that.
Really cool.
Yeah, he's up in the top corner too. I just noticed.
Yeah, and you can have your own character commission, guys. So Alan will draw any character for you, any character you want. You can commission him, and you get the original art, plus the high-res scan. Fantastic. So we've been streaming now for 2 hours. So I'm going to wrap it up, guys. I need to go to bed because in a few hours, in 5 hours, I need to go to work.
Oh,
so,
God.
Yeah. Let's see what we have. Oh, Unhinged walked out of Son of Sam. I can't even remember if I saw that movie. Son of Sam. That movie made me motion sick on a small screen. Hardcore Henry?
Yeah, that's why I didn't see it.
Yeah, it was a bit too much. Welcome, Emily Kruger. Welcome, welcome. Can Ahmad drop to link so I can check it out? Oh yeah, I completely forgot. Sorry, guys. Sorry, I'm completely wrapped up in all this. Let me share it now. So safeguard on FundMyComic. Oh yes, there we go. Paste, and I am dropping it in the chat right now. There we go. Sorry, guys, I completely forgot. On my own channel, it's linked. It's pinned in the chat. It's also below the video, but we're broadcasting it through several channels. So I forgot that some channels don't have these links.
Yeah.
All right, it's in the chat now.
My favorite superhero comic book, and I make superhero comic books, and this is my favorite superhero comic book.
Thank you. Maybe someday you can write something for the Power Trip series.
That makes me so nervous. You just made me so nervous. But I team Bill Williams asked me to team up with his characters in Punchline. He does that comic Punchline.
Oh yeah, that's a good looking book, man.
And he gave me 12 pages to do a story in giant size Punchline. And man, was I nervous but I think I came up with a real fun story. That'll be the campaign for that goes up in May, and then the comic will be shipping out this summer.
So do you then have a story idea instantly, or do you need to think about it first?
For Bill, he just sprung it on me, so I didn't have a story loaded up or ready to go.
Okay.
So I was really, really nervous, and then it had to be 12 pages, exactly 12 pages. Oh man! So I came up with ideas, and I just would send the messages, just ideas. I didn't start anything, and he was like, no. And then the story that I actually liked, he was like, oh, so basically your character saved my character. She's just a public, and I was like, yeah, you're right. So I had to make a story that his character was cool and my characters were cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's Marvel and DC aren't going to team up. And all the Marvel characters are going to save Batman, who's a bumbling idiot. They all got to be cool. So I came up with something. He liked it. And then I just had so much fun writing it. And Bill said, he says, it's just a fun story, and then Renzo drew it, 12 pages. He banged it out. Oscar colored it. And to the point where it's out of my hands now. It's so much fun. It's like, here you go. Somebody else will do all the finishing stuff, all the, the pre-press and the publishing and distributing, and you know what I mean? It's like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
Done. I can't wait. It's so good.
It's all your experience with writing for your board game, right? For your tabletop.
This story, no, this I just made up. It's
no, but I mean the craft of writing. So
I've been role playing since I was always writing stories. You know what I mean? So kind of like when you're role playing a game, you got to think on your feet. You know what I mean? So I just came up with an idea, and then spun it out. You know what? I'm going to share. This is the cover, but it doesn't have any of the trade dress or anything like that. So this is going to be the cover to the comic. So can I shrink it or anything? No, I can't. So this is, I wanted it to look like an old Justice League. So it's going to have all my characters down here with their names, and then they're all lined up ready to fight. And we're gonna have word balloons on it. So Bill is lettering it right now. But this is the undressed. Oh, wow. Yeah. So cool. Yes, King Fu is in it. And then what I'm so excited about is this is actually the first time all of my friends, our characters from our role-playing game, are all appearing together in a comic book. Like the Patriarch, my character, Public Eye is my character that I role-played. Marshall Strong is my friend Mike's character. The Metaphysician is my friend Jimmy's character. And Magnum, the big guy, is my friend Paul's character. And then Starlet and and King Fu and Mary Sue. And well, I said Patriarch's my character, but I never played him. I played the public eye. The rest, there were NPCs in our world, and then that's Mel from the mortal character from Punchline. She gets powers, and because she gets powers, it causes a whole chain of events. Thank you. Wow. And I wanted it to look like an old Justice League, you know.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah, so it has the roaster, because people who buy Punchline, they don't know my characters, so I wanted to name it, and then I just thought it was funny. Not funny. I thought it was fun to have an old style Justice League. They're all lined up, ready to do battle. And it's the Patriarch is going to say, we can't fight that cosmic horror without killing Mel. And then Magnum, who's bloodthirsty, says, not a problem. And then Mel's going to say, well, you're welcome to try. It's just so 70s, 80s. I just love it.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
that's great, man. That's great. You're doing interesting work.
Thank you, and thank you, Mike. Cool. I'm the pro. I'm so nervous when I show things. So I've been asking Bill if I could show stuff. He's like, yeah, head pro. Felsbug, I got your package too. Your package is going out. I thought I did all the Canadian orders on Saturday, but yours is going out tomorrow.
That's a great cover shot. Says Omnipo. Mike says, good looking cover, John. Felsbug says, looking forward to it. Have a blessed day, says Zach10. And have a good night, says Omnipo. Yes, it's time to wrap it up, guys. John, thank you so much for joining me.
Oh, no problem. Anything for you. You're one of my favorite people, and you make one of my favorite comics. So of course, any help you could you need help, you ask. You got it.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much. And thank you, chat. Thank you all for showing up, guys. This is fantastic. 85 people right now. That's crazy. That's absolutely nuts. Guys, we still have 2 hours to go, so I'll be sleeping. But please share it out. Share it out on social media. Talk about this campaign. Let's get a few more backers in if we can, because we will actually close. This isn't a campaign like we're closing. Oh, no, we're extending for 30 days. Doesn't happen. So this is it. So thank you all, guys, for showing up, for the support, for liking this stream. Like it, share out the campaign. And I won't be this Sunday I won't stream a drink with Brink, because next weekend I'll be in Belgium for a convention. So it's the first time I have a convention in Belgium to try to see Jamie Comics, what people think of it there. And then the week after, I'll be back with my next drink with Brink. All right, guys. Thank you all so much, and have a fantastic week. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.